Okay, up next, let's check out the next one. So let's get this window capture up again. There we go. Oop. All right, so next game on the list is, oop, that was the keeper. Cool. Next one is the Symphony of 7 Souls. Okay, let's go to the game page. This sounds like my kind of game. It says sleepless nights staring at a blank score page as you try to write your latest symphony have taken their toll. Your creative well has all but dried up. If you are still the unrelenting pressure to if you are to still the unrelenting pressure to create, then you will have to take a more drastic approach. Rosin up your bow and take to the streets, searching for the willing dead to join your unholy orchestra, and then perhaps you can finally write the Symphony of 7 Souls. Cool. Oh, do I see? Yeah, I see controllers support here. Okay, so full disclosure going into this one. Let me change the name here. Whoops, not that one. Oh, what did I just do? There we go. I'm going to change this. Full disclosure is that I'm a violinist, so I might know a thing or two about what they're talking about here, and a composer. So anyway, so this is the Symphony. Whoops. Symphony of 7 Souls. Oh, and I thought I would do a little thing too as well. I guess I didn't really do that with the first game. I'm going to try to do that with the games going forward, and that is to talk about like how they meet the requirements of the game jam, and what I think about that. And how spooky I think they are. This is HauntedPS1 after all. Spooky either in like a goofy Halloween sense or spooky in a survival horror sense. We'll see. Let's launch this one up. Katana Levy. Let's see. I just want to see this page real quick. What else have they done? Demonologic, Cardiac, Ichi, the Blind Ronin. Oh, they have a lot of stuff. I don't think I've played anything by them yet. Just to check this real quick. Okay. Just want to look through this. Yeah, I don't think I've played any of their games. It looks like there's a lot of stuff here though, so I'll have to check that out. Okay, let's get to over here and swap over our capture to capture this game. Let's see. This one? Ah, there we go. Okay, this one looks like, yeah, the edge of the frame is right around there. Okay, cool. So, hopefully you can hear it all right. Oh. Hang on. I hope, oh gosh, I hope that my audio output capture was capturing the last game. I don't think it was. I feel bad about that. I might have to go back and re-record that. Hang on, which one is gonna be? Is it that one? No. Okay, something's going on here. This one, maybe. Should be able to hear that. Aha, I saw a little pip on the output capture. Hopefully that worked. I feel bad about that. I might go back and play the first game at the end of this stream so that we get the actual full picture of what that actually sounds like. Because I talked a lot about how the game sounded, and I don't think the output capture was recording. That's terrible. Okay. I'm gonna have to fix that. So anyway, this is the Symphony of 7 Souls. Let me get the itch.io link pulled up here, copied and pasted into the chat so you can download and play along if you like. Alright, finally, we're back. L1 and R1 to play the game. Cool. Yeah. Okay. Symphony, 7 Soul Symphony. Okay. I noticed the bow's going across the G string quite a bit. We seem to be playing in the high register. So we're taking the what is it, the Young Frankenstein approach to violin playing here. So who's this ghosty? Is this the Ghosty Van Beethoven? Yeah. Oh, this is dangerous environment to bring your violin out to. Water dripping everywhere. Okay. Hmm? Where are we headed? Into the graveyard? Or did we come from the graveyard? Oh. Okay. Well, we're going somewhere. I can't see. Okay. Spooky. What's going on with this guy? Is that a whole bunch of different hands coming out of their chest? And then tentacles. Okay, so we're gonna look around for ghosties, right? Oops, that was where I came from, I think. Actually, I'll look around a bit. So, okay, so we move faster when we're doing that, when we're not prepping to play. We move a little slower when we are. Okay, that makes sense. So what's over here? It is very dark. Oh, okay. All right, well, let's go out, shall we? Yes, this is perhaps the worst instrument you could pick to be playing out in the rain. Of course, and now that I think about it, I don't think there's really a good instrument to be playing out in the rain. It is very, very dark. So I have this issue where my screen, my TV, is not terribly well calibrated, I guess, and I can't see anything that's happening. All of anything that is remotely in the range of dark becomes instantly completely black. Okay. Well, we've been looking for some spooky souls for a little while. Let's go through one of the other doors. Ah, here's the graveyard. Okay. Oh, this looks like a ghost. Okay, so this was the ghost we just found, right? Giant crow ghost thingy. Alright, where else shall we head to? So we play until they like pop, right? And then when they pop, they're coming with us on our symphonic adventure. Oh, I'm stuck. I'm stuck on the gravestones that I can't see. I relish those flashes of lightning because that's the only time I can see anything. Okay, there's a door there. Is that where it came in? I can't tell. I'm terrible with directions. I'm gonna get completely lost. Ah, we found another one. Hello. It's the Pope. How's it going, Pope? He's got a couple arms too many. Okay, so is there any reason not to play the violin? So I'm assuming we're looking for 7 ghosts as well, right? Oh, big ghost. Look at this huge guy. Are we back in the labyrinth? It looks like it. Oh, there's another ghost over here. Cool. All right then. I guess the advantage of not playing the violin is moving faster. And thus we found our reasoning. Okay. Well, I think that was the first sound I've heard other than the violin. Oh, it's because the gate locked behind me. That's what happened. Okay. The violinist in me wants to play around with this thing forever. Okay, but I'm getting distracted. Where are we looking? Oh, things are getting proper spooky now. Oh, big hallway, okay. Okay, we got a wheelchair. I imagine... Okay, if I'm thinking about this mechanic, this violin mechanic, there's a lot that you could actually do with this that I hadn't considered. Like, on its surface, there's the obvious, right? Make noise versus not make noise. If you need to hide from something, don't make noise, but you're maybe making noise is the mechanic that advances you through the game. That's kind of interesting. And then there's also, like, if all I have is the one button to articulate, then maybe the rate at which, because the bow goes in two directions. You could hypothetically have two buttons for that, right? You could have the shoulder buttons for going different directions. You could do a lot of different things, but I think it's interesting that you could say, like, the longer you hold it in one direction or the other direction, could do stuff like the articulation. And switching up like the music, like there's a lot of stuff that you could do with the music too, of like, you know, like I've just been playing around with just doing this, where I just do light taps to like change up the soundtrack myself as I'm playing the game, which I think is really kind of interesting, because if I just hold it, it just keeps going. So I'm interested to see, and this is kind of what I was trying to figure out by doing this, is because I'm not processing enough of the music to hear like when it repeats or how it repeats or whatever. So I'm trying to figure out, does the music run consistently and then it only starts playing when you hold the button down? Which seems to be the case, versus like it starts and stops the sound file when you press the button, so that the sound file keeps, you know, like the sound file is, how would I put it? The sound file is never interrupted, is played in its entirety, even if, I don't know, I hope that's making sense. Like, like holding down the button, obviously it's playing the whole sound file. Does when you let go of the button, does the sound playback stop? Or is it going like this, and it's just playing it, and then not playing it, you know? Like, I don't know if that's making sense. I can't really determine that, and I don't think that's and I think that's a good thing that I can't really determine that, because it's fun to just kind of do this. And, like, almost create your own soundtrack with it. I think there's something interesting to be done there. And it's distracting me from the game a bit. But, like, there's something interesting to that. I think they're onto something. So, where are we going? I can't see anything, so I can't really... I have a feeling I'm going in a lot of circles, and I feel bad about that. I don't know. I don't know where we're headed. I want to see... Hang on, can I... No, I can't. Okay, there's no pause. Okay, if I don't play for a while... There's something over there. Let's just focus on getting out of here. Whoa. Something else is shut behind us. Okay, hang on. This is a new area, right? Are there ghosties in here? Did this shut behind me? I can't see enough to actually know. Oh, it did. Totally did. It's like a cell. Huh. Okay, now I see a gate. Wait, I went down there, I think. I might have to turn off the lights behind me to actually see what's going on. I'm thinking about, like, how all of the Zelda games do musical stuff, right? Like, oh, where are we going somewhere? Like, you know, obviously Zelda keeps it all very simple because they don't intend for you to be a musician doing it. Oh, what's this about? And so Zelda always makes it just like, you know, press button, get note kind of thing, which is fine. The Wind Waker tried something slightly different, right? Which was direction of the analog stick equates to the note that comes out, and you have to sort of glide between them because you're doing a conducting pattern with it. And so I feel like there's an opportunity to take that and go way further with that with something like this. Okay, perfect example. I'm looking in this direction. Okay, any given direction, and like right now all I can see is in the upper part of the screen that there's a light. I can't see a thing. Okay, you just heard it right there. Bum 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 bum, something like that. The little spiccato thing, right? It's short notes. There could be a whole mechanic centered around that, right? Of playing short notes. But that would be pretty involved in programming, I would think, right? That would be a lot of figuring out how to actually design a system around how the instrument plays. But that would be cool, I think. I'd be interested in that. Okay, well, there's a bunch of doors, and they seem to open when they feel like it. I'm not sure where to go. I guess I'm gonna do that old hall-wuggin' to find my way out of here. Okay, that door's closed. Okay, does playing do anything? No, doesn't seem to. Alright. Huh. Okay. Oh, and we're stuck around a corner. Okay, that's what's going on. Oh, oh, that's an open door. Okay, okay, maybe we're making progress. Maybe. It's another room. Oh, but we didn't find any ghosts in there, did we? Yeah, I think I've been in that room. I remember that column we got stuck on. Okay, so this is another open door. Oh, I think we've made it back. Okay, great. Okay, now I don't know where we're headed. I don't know if I want to be in here. I don't think I want to be in here anymore. I think I want to go back to the first room and see where my spooky symphony is. Ah, yes, thank you for the lightning. Please give me lightning again. So how do I talk about this lighting issue that I seem to be having? Because I don't know if it's actually an issue. I chalk a lot of stuff up to my TV being bad, but I also kind of wonder what a game benefits from being this dark, you know, all the time. One of the most interesting things to me in Breath of the Wild, to bring that up, despite the fact that I think that's a game that I overall really don't like, so that if you've got a reason not to take my opinion seriously, it's that. I think that game kind of sucks, but one of the most interesting things about I think was the Goron dungeon was the fact that it starts in the dark. I like that quite a bit. And it really added a lot to the first part of that dungeon. But when you're doing that constantly, I don't know that it necessarily helps. Like there was something about, I'm trying to remember exactly how that worked, but there was something about how the light worked in that dungeon that prohibited you from figuring out easy puzzles otherwise. There was some sort of way that it tied into the gameplay that really worked. And so that's something that I'm considering, I'm going to be trying to consider with all of these games, is like, how does the story or the mechanics or whatever tie everything together? Oh my god, I've gone in a loop. We're back here. Uh-oh. I'm just trying to get back. Oh. Okay, so it opened when I got near it. I'm gonna have to remember that. Okay, I'm hearing some music. Okay, we're in the chapel or the concert hall. Who do we got? Who do we got playing our concert? Oh, I gotta jump though. How do I get up there? Okay. Is there a backstage? How do I join the concert? I need to get back there, right? Oh, okay. We have ascended. We're flying. See ya. Oh, the violin's playing it by itself now. We can't stop playing. It reminds me, there's a book series for violin that was literally called "I'm so happy I can't stop playing," or maybe it was the strings. something about it. Oh no, the floor's bleeding. Hello again. Have we done it? Have we written our spooky symphony? Okay, well, it just closed itself. All right then. Okay, let's talk about that one. The core mechanic, I think, could be really interesting. Graphics all look cool. I think I'm gonna be saying that about a lot of these games. I think that they look cool. There must be something that's assisting people in doing that, right? Like, there must be some sort of filter in a lot of these the engines that's assisting with that. I think there must be something. I can't imagine everyone draws or crafts 3D art the same way. But I think that mechanic could be more involved and made into something. Like there wasn't that much of a connection between all of the different elements, and certainly it was spooky PS1 and all that. As far as I could tell, there wasn't any connection to the submarine phobia thing or PSA necessarily, but that's okay. It was just like the I think I would have liked to have seen some sort of gameplay element about how to interact with each of the ghosts. I think that would have been interesting. Like, even if it was as simple as when you go up to the ghost, they're playing their instrument, I realize that some of this stuff starts to get into complicated issues of like the violinist was clearly a human being recording that violin part. So you get into the issue of like, can you find musicians that play all these different things to record tracks that sound good together? And I get that, but I think it could have used something like that. Like, I almost got a Luigi's Mansion feel from it. Like it should maybe be like musical puzzles with the violin or something. I think that could be really cool. I think in its current state, it's just kind of like it feels like a bit like a tech demo kind of thing. Like, yes, we have a violin model, we have a violin soundtrack, we have a button that makes the violin go, that makes you bow the violin, but not really a thing to join all of those parts together, or any sort of, like what is my interaction doing to the music? And that's why I was consistently doing that thing where I was just tapping the bowing button in order to like change up the articulation or something, like, because the music was a violin line that was fairly winding, like it keeps going. It's not entirely static, it's not entirely it's just kind of legato melody that just keeps on going. But it's not like a drone. It doesn't have like a consistent rhythm to it. It also doesn't like change all of the time. It doesn't change register a whole lot. It feels a lot like the Young Frankenstein music. And none of that is a criticism per se. But I think that the feel of the game can be changed up dramatically by having the music go through those changes at different times, right? Like, the music can be the pacing of the entire game. Like maybe it starts out with that very legato, very slow kind of winding melody, and then go into rhythmic staccato short stuff when there were like 3 notes in that whole thing that were short and they stand out, and it's actually kind of neat. You could have a whole passage where the violinist is doing that, and then a passage where the violinist is doing chords, a passage where the violinist is going into, as you're building and building and building up to some sort of jump scare, you can have the violinist go crazy with like there's a thing in all the Bach sonatas, which is you're essentially doing chords, but you're breaking them up. So you're playing each note of the chord, each string once, up and down the instrument. So it's at this kind of a thing. There's like a violinist has so many different tools at their disposal to make tension drama. If anyone who worked on this is watching this, like check out the chaconne from the violin from the Bach violin partita. I mean, if you look up Bach violin partita chaconne, you're gonna find it. It's the one that every single violinist plays, but it's essentially a theme of variations. It's like it starts out with your basic like chord set that the violinist plays. It's very simple. And then goes through like a whole bunch of different ways of reinterpreting the same set of chords and basic melody, including almost every way that I'm talking about. And it's sort of like a technical marvel of like what you're able to do with the violin. It's a very, very, very difficult piece to play. And it doesn't even explore all the stuff that's out there. Like violin has a ton of stuff that you can do. That piece was written in like, it's a Baroque piece. It's hundreds of years old. So in the last couple 100 years, violinists have figured out a whole lot of even more techniques that they can do. So I think that game was a start to an idea. And I would love to see the whole thing turned into, like a million other things. Like, where can that go? How can you tie in the music to the gameplay? And in a way that doesn't require your audience to be musicians, too. Because I think that's an important part, right? Like almost every time I hop into another stream where someone's playing a game that has a music puzzle, everybody complains about not knowing how to read music, and I get that. You can't go too crazy with it, but you can do basic things, right? People can feel rhythm, so you can do stuff with rhythm, push things in the rhythm or whatever. Try to time your rhythm, and like, you can try basic things, Simon Says kind of stuff, or learn a melody on the buttons and stuff like that and recite that kind of thing. One of the most interesting things in what game was that? It was Hand of Doom from the Dread X collection, was how you would punch in all these keywords and then the character would recite the text, and that was very much like a Zelda kind of thing. That was very much a Zelda instrument kind of thing. Tall FS is Hort would cast the spell, and I feel like you could do that with your instrument on command in the game if you had buttons that changed what notes you were playing, like you were doing a Guitar Hero thing, right? Like if you think about the Guitar Hero controller, it's functionally identical to your regular controller. If you said, okay, hit A and then push trigger to bow the violin, now you're getting the note A. You press B, now you're getting the note B when you pull the trigger, stuff like that. And you could do that in a way that produces gameplay, and I think that could be really compelling. And you could do stuff where, like, all right, your character is going out and trying to persuade these ghosty characters to join your musical symphony, but how do you persuade them to do that, right? Like in the game so far, it was walk up to them, hold the button down until poof, they're in your orchestra. I feel like you could go so much further and be like, okay, this particular musician is, let's say it's a bass player or cello player, and they're just playing low notes in rhythm, right? They're doing the walking bass line. They're doing bum 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 bum, they're doing something like that, and you have to figure out like some sort of musical puzzle game, like what kind of thing can your character do to go along with that. And so if you it's tricky because you have to figure out some way to program it in a way that people who aren't musicians and have no musical training will figure out how to do. But like there can be a push and pull there, right? There can be some sort of conflict that you're drawing forward instead of just walking around and finding ghosts, like a hide and seek that has a violin in it. So yeah, I think it's got a lot of potential and it's a cool idea. I'd like to see where it goes. I hope it's not abandoned. I think a lot of the times what I see when I go on to these pages is a lot of like, oh, here's a cool idea. Okay, I've abandoned it. But I'd love to see like, all right, you have like 6 or 7 cool ideas. Now put them together into something, right? I don't know. That's just me. That's just my crazy opinion on this. All right, let's hop into another game, shall we? Because it's been a little while. I've been talking about that one for a little while. Okay, let me capture that. Yeah, so this was the Symphony of Seven Souls by Katana Levy. What else have they done? Yeah, they've done a lot of stuff. So this is what I'm talking about. Like, there's a lot of stuff in here, and I would be willing to bet that some of these have small ideas that are, you know, explored in them. You know, take Symphony of Seven Souls and make that into like a bigger game. That would be cool. Anyway, I would play that for sure. Okay, cool.